So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We are going to talk about Manchester City chairman part 2 of his sit-down interview. And again, the elite levels of mentality from this football club, from this chairman, are extraordinary, exceptional. Big up to everybody who is tuning in. Big up to everybody who's subscribing to the channel. I want it on 25k. And a lot of you have been saying, why by the 6th of August? Because that's when the Community Shield is. So that's my target. I don't do Mickey Mouse targets of like a couple of thousand more by then. I want 25,000. It's on 13.6, 13.7. So big up to everybody who has subbed. Big up to everybody who shares the content around, comments, donates, all of that good jazz. And make sure you are sticking a thumbs up on the video, people. And we'll have another video out tonight as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. 8 p.m. UK time. We're going to talk about Heung-min Son and Tottenham rejecting a $60 million or euro or pound, whatever you want to call it, whatever currency you want to put it in. It's all much of a muchness bid from Saudi, offering him 30 million a year as well, apparently. But they have rejected it. And yeah, it's that's coming out at 8 o'clock tonight. But anyway, let's get on to talking about this the second part of this interview. It started off by talking about the expansion of the stadium, which for non-Man City fans, they will find hilarious. Oh, but they can't even fill their stadium up. Why are they expanding it? He actually said we need to improve, to evolve and grow every single year. And by doing an expansion on the stadium, that will allow more people to come, which is true. We don't stand still. We're never in pause mode, and we don't try to milk the asset. Daniel Levy, Stan Kroenke, the Glazers. Is anybody home? Anybody there? Crazy, isn't it? We want one of the largest fan bases in the world. This is one of the reasons why we are going to Korea and to Japan. Not only that, we do have a lot of fans out there. They're very passionate about football, but it is also a very big market as well, and we understand that. It was then speaking about the Champions League final and how many people were involved, like ex-players, ex-staff. And he said ex-players, staff and ex-executives, etc. from 15 years ago, as far back as then, they're all welcome at this football club. They were all celebrating with us, and they deserve to. They've been a part of our success along the way, whether it was with us, helping us to achieve. And even if they've taken pastures new, they're still part of Manchester City, and they have a history with us. So they're always welcome. And you know what? I like that as well, yeah? Because even if they speak out of turn on TalkSport or on, I don't know, just a random newspaper article, whatever it may be, they're still welcome. It's their opinion. Now, flip that to other clubs. It's almost like, you know, anybody who speaks against Arsenal, Man United, boom, they're banished. They're banished. And that drives me insane. I can't lie. Stuart Robson's the prime example for Arsenal. Stuart Robson used to work on Arsenal TV, not Arsenal fan TV, Arsenal TV, Arsenal media, whatever you want to call it. And that was about maybe 20% of the work that he did media-wise. He was on TalkSport, he was on ESPN, he was on other channels here, there, and everywhere. I think he was writing for a newspaper as well. And he criticised Arsene Wenger, 2008 season when we should have won the league. Eduardo broke his leg. He didn't. And Stuart Robson criticised that. Arsenal then pulled him up on it and said, why are you criticising him? And he said, well, because it's my opinion. And they said, well, you can't really do that if you want to work here. And he said, well, I'll leave then. Yeah. And this is the same theme at every single other club, by the way, that if you criticize constructively, nasty, whatever way you want to dress it up, you're instantly shut down. You know, you've got especially ex-Man United and Arsenal players all over TalkSport, all over Sky Sports, all over mainstream media, just doing up propaganda for these football clubs. Whereas at Man City, when I hear Man City ex-players talk, obviously this season everything's been going great. But earlier in the start of the season, and it was looking a little bit slow, trying to get Erling Haaland into the team. You know, I heard some ex-players of Man City talking about it. I heard them on the radio, yeah, and on mainstream saying, you know, it's going to take a little bit of bedding in, and It's not the free-flying Man City. They might struggle a little bit if they don't get their act together quickly, blah, blah, blah. For me, that's constructive criticism. They're not banned from Man City. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. But again, this is the football club, the only football club in England that actually wants to win. So they take constructive criticism. They take criticism and they take it as a positive to move on and be better. Whereas the other football clubs that are not serious, that are posing as big football clubs, trying to fleece their fans, raising prices left, right and centre, nicking 80 quid for a football shirt, 100 quid if you want to name a number on the back of it. They're the ones that are trying to put you have to give positivity all day long, every day. And anybody who doesn't is toxic and negative, and they should be banned. It's embarrassing. Anyway, he then went on to talk about Rico Lewis and Cole Palmer and Phil Foden. He said that is proof that our academy is very, very good. It's a brilliant academy. And, we have a winning mentality from top to bottom, he said. That spreads all the way through the team. Anyone who's scouting our youngsters, not only is it because they are good, but it's also because they've got the winning mentality. He then went on to talk about some of the players Man City have got on loan at Sheffield United. They've obviously been promoted. Burnley, they've obviously been promoted. Obviously, ex-player Vincent Kompany as manager. He obviously knows a lot of these youngsters coming up through the academy. And listen, Man City's academy is probably, if it ain't the best in the world, it's definitely in the conversation. Yeah, it's elite. Yeah, unbelievable. He also said that there's also a pathway for the best of them youngsters to make their way into the first team. You've only got to look at Phil Foden. It's the way we've managed Phil Foden, the way we've nurtured him, and he's also already the most decorated academy player ever. I think he's won 5 league titles there. I mean, that's just ridiculous. He's 22? 5 league titles. Yeah, he's literally won 5 league titles. He's done a treble. He's done a three-peat. He's won multiple League Cups. It's just ridiculous how many trophies that boy's won. He's 22. Yeah, but guess what? He's got the mentality to go again next season and get better. Whereas a lot of people at that age would have gone, complete your football, mate. I'm done. And they fall off the wagon. But at Man City, that mentality ain't allowed. If you got that mentality, you're out the door real quick. Anyway, let's continue. Smash the likes up. We want to have a winning mentality top to bottom. Okay, we win at all levels. He said that's something that we must strive to keep doing, winning at every single level. He said South American football is massive, hence our investment there. The same in America, hence the building of a stadium in New York, which wasn't easy to do. But our team, they failed in the final, the grand playoffs or whatever they call it over there. He said, but they won the ultimate league or whatever it's called. I don't know how American soccer works. So any Americans in the chat, help me. I don't know why they have 2 leagues and then do a playoff. Like, that makes no sense to me. It's not baseball or basketball. So for me, the winner of the league is the winner of the league. I don't know why you're going into a playoff. Maybe somebody can help me. But he said, we're building and investing all over the world. Yeah, hence South American football, Australian football, American, all over the world. We just want to get better and better and better. And in South America, especially, because we know that there is unbelievable talent coming through in South America, and we want to be at the forefront of that. We're not going to stop anytime soon. We just want to keep going and going and going. And it's so refreshing to hear a chairman of a football club speaking like that. And he actually means it. Whereas when you listen to chairman of other football clubs, I mean, Daniel Levy's just an absolute dry lunch. The geezer's just a melt. Yeah, he's got no personality. He's got no charisma. You can tell he's just smarmy, snide. When we hear Josh Kroenke speak at Arsenal, like, I mean, really? Yeah, it's just, I'd say be excited. Really? Okay, mate. Be excited about what? 19 years no title, 29 years no win in Europe. What are we supposed to be excited about? Makes no sense. But listen, I'm enjoying listening to this Kaldoon Al Mubarak speak. I wish I had that at my football club. Hopefully, one day it will happen before I die. Hopefully, I'm an old man. I'm in my 40s. But listen, big up to everybody who's watched and tuned in. I will have a video out. Arsenal have actually put another bid in, monitoring FC. Have agreed personal terms with everybody. So come and check that out. I've got a video coming out pretty much straight away about Jurriën Timber, the Ajax defender that nobody watches Dutch football, but now everyone's an expert on. Later on this evening, I'll have another video out about Shai Havertz. Apparently, that's pretty much all but done. Fuming. And I'll have another one out on here about Heung-min Son. I will have another third video dropping on the main channel, but I am going out shortly, so I'll have to record that later. I'm also on with the Football Terrace with Terry to bring a bit of realism to this Arsenal fan base that are hyping up absolutely every single player we're linked to. If Arteta wants him, so do I. Yay. Do you get this in the Man City fan base, or you City fans watching this, or Man United fan base, or any other fan bases that are watching this? Do any of you lot get this? If the manager wants him, so do I. I mean, what is going on here? But anyway, it is what it is. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, share the content round. I want this on 15K by the end of the week. So come on, people. Another 1,300 subs, that'd be 15K. Yeah, in fact, we could probably do better than that. Maybe 16K. So sub to the channel, keep sharing, keep liking, drop your super chats in, drop your comments and questions in, and we move. Adios. Ciao.